Hey everyone, so I apologize for not being able to get a video earlier out this week, but as you might have likely heard, I unfortunately suffered a very serious health accident earlier this week, and I've been sick for most of the week, which has made it very hard to be able to work on really anything, which unfortunately resulted in this video being delayed by several days. However, there are still a lot of very interesting things in this chapter, such as a mention of the concept of miracles by Sanji, which is a lot more important than you might think at first, as well as a certain concept of chains by Yamato later on, which also does hold a lot of relevance. So I still wanted to make this video to help show you why these things might be important to the story and might have deeper meaning than it might seem at first. I know the scans are probably gonna be out by the time this video comes out, and I wait for the official to cover the chapters, so you can expect the next video by Sunday or Monday, but regardless, I still wanted to do a video for this chapter, so without further ado, let's get started. Starting the chapter off, Perospero uses an attack called Candy Shower in its phonetic reading. However, the kanji for candy reads as checkmate, indicating how Perospero believes that with this he's won the battle, and the kanji for shower simply reads as rain. Then Sanji uses an attack against Queen and Perospero called Diable Jambe Rotisserie Strike. It's a new attack he hasn't used before, with rotisserie, or speed roasting in English, being the name for a cooking technique to cook large chunks of meat, giving Queen's enormous size as a big chunk of meat. The clever joke here is that rotisserie comes from rotating, because this technique consists of rotating meat around a fire in order to cook it. So similarly here, Sanji rotates Queen around just like he would rotate a piece of meat to cook it. The kanji for rotisserie in the attack stands for rotation grilling. Chopper then cries about the report of Luffy's death, but Sanji tells him, "Don't cry, idiot. How many times have we seen them appear? Miracles." And this is fitting because the concept of miracles is one of the key themes of the Drum Island arc. Here Luke mentioned how his disease being suddenly cured due to seeing sakura trees was nothing short of a miracle, and that he would make another miracle happen. And at the end of the Drum Island arc, we see that miracle happened right before our eyes, where sakura finally managed to bloom on a winter island like Drum Island. This is referred to as a Sakura Bloom Miracle, which in turn serves as the name of the 9th movie, a remake of the Drum Island arc. So it's fitting that Sanji tells Chopper to keep believing in miracles. This scene could also potentially be a reference, or really just the same events playing again, to what we saw in Alabasta, where after Miss Merry Christmas told Chopper that Luffy was dead, Sanji told him not to be an idiot and to not believe in that. Furthermore, this concept of miracles has been brought up again and again a few times across the series. Law mentioned at Dressrosa that the Straw Hats have brought countless miracles in their wake, which is brought again at the end of this chapter, where Law states that the more you work alongside Luffy, the more you get this feeling he'll be able to pull another miracle. This is particularly important because the theme of fate has also been mentioned in this arc a lot, and miracles by a lot of people can be considered an act of fate. So that does bring into question once again, is Luffy's ability to create miracles an act of fate? Or are they quite simply miracles that he himself is creating out of his own strength? I already have an idea I want to talk about more in the future in the True History, but for now I'll leave that to you to think about it. Do you think that Luffy's miracles are out of his own strength, or do you really think they are tied to this power of fate? In the same scene, Sanji passes Zoro off to Chopper so proper doctor can take care of him, stating that when he's healthy, he's got the strength of 10 men. But Zoro wakes from his sleep to rebut that he is as strong as 2,000 men. This is in reference to a scene from chapter 819, where Luffy claimed that Sanji was as strong as 1,000 men, but Zoro insisted he was as strong as 2,000. So in this scene, Zoro is bringing that up again and still standing by the fact that he is as strong as 2,000 men. The samurai then question why Sanji keeps fighting even after Luffy is dead, and Marco comments, "This is why I like you guys." This is likely in reference to the fact that the Whitebeard pirates, including Marco himself, were able to fight even after their leader's death. Admittedly, the circumstances are different since Sanji believes that his leader is still alive, but it shows that same unwavering spirit to never give up. Like I thought about last chapter, it seems that Momonosuke was hearing Luffy's own voice of all things calling out to him. Even while half unconscious, even while plummeting into water, Luffy's relentless spirit has not given up yet. Just like others believe in him, he still believes that he will defeat Kaido, and so he tells Momo to raise everyone's spirits by asking them to keep believing in him. It's still not explained how Luffy is able to send the voice of all things, as he has only been able to hear it thus far, but it seems he has awakened the ability to speak through it too, allowing other users of the voice of all things, such as Momo, to hear it. The odd thing is that the members of Lost Crew do mention, how could a voice in the middle of the sea... which does suggest that they maybe heard it too, but it's unclear if they actually heard the voice of all things or if they just perceived it through a sonar or something, which is likely the latter in my opinion, as the first wouldn't make much sense, but it is still a bit of an odd thing that isn't exactly explained, so don't take it as fact for now. By the way, Shinobu manages to save Momonosuke by using her devil fruit to fall away from the island. These would make them plummet to the sea below and die, and unlike Luffy, they're not made of rubber, so the impact with the sea would just kill them, not to mention they're both devil fruit users. However, we know that Shinobu has made use of a glider to save herself in the past from falls, so it's quite possible that she might use it again to save Momonosuke and land safely in Wano. Who knows, maybe Luffy and Momo will reunite again too. So if that is the case, what if Momo will overcome his fear of heights to fly and help Luffy ride him all the way back to Nigashima just like he did back in Punk Hazard? That would help set up all that foreshadowing back in Punk Hazard to be relevant to the current story. Very briefly, as we switch between scenes, we see Nami's Climattack have a face appear on it and start talking. This is almost certainly Zeus, who, just as we predicted a couple chapters back, seems to have escaped inside Nami's Climattack and has now become one with it. So this might be how Nami gets to keep him around as a power-up permanently, and might be the thunder that she was talking about that she might need in order to be able to beat Ulti. And finally, to conclude the chapter, back outside the dome, we see Yamato on the roof challenging Kaido. Given Kaido's powers, he'll likely be able to fly back up there relatively easily, leading to the much-awaited sequel we've all been waiting for, Roof Piece 2. Yamato refers to Kaido by his name rather than father, indicating that he's now disowning him and refusing to be his son anymore. We've seen all across the arc how Yamato did call Kaido his father, but after the cuffs exploded, he stated he wouldn't acknowledge him as such anymore, so he now calls him by name. And in fact, just like he removed his cuffs, Yamato states, "I've come here to cut those chains." The important thing to note is that here, chains, much like the title of the chapter, have the phonetic writing of chains, kusari in Japanese. But the kanji used here is different, being a kanji which means connection, in this case a familial connection. This concept of connection and this exact kanji is potentially one of the most important themes of One Piece, for as hidden as it can be, it's been mentioned several times across the series, both with this kanji and very similar terms, that Luffy keeps connecting people together, through his crewmates and his friends, so Yamato stating that he is breaking his connection to Kaido, something that is like chains, and implicitly instead deciding to make a connection with Luffy, potentially even as a crewmate, is definitely important. I'm certain that as time moves on, this concept of connection will become much more apparent within the story. But that's everything for this chapter. How do you think things will develop from here, and what do you think about this concept of miracles and this concept of connection? Let me know, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.